Hello, everyone. My name is Rosaelia Palacios, and I will be introducing my oral presentation of proposal based on my research paper titled Psychological Aspects of Depression in Teenagers. And what motivates me to look for information on this subject is that depression is becoming more and more a subject of conversation, particularly when it comes to teenagers. A negative self perception drives young adults to foster pessimistic feelings about themselves, ending in social and emotional consequences affecting their self esteem. It has become so common to have a conversation about depression, anxiety, and other related psychological disorders. Um, Epkins and Heckler in 2011 did a study research regarding social anxiety and depression in youth. These are conditions that most studies do not seem to consider as coexisting. The feeling of inadequacy, the pressure to succeed in college, the lack of medical care, the fear of not living up to the expectation of others, amongst other things, contribute to the mental health instability that can lead to depression. The causes for depressions are many, and a good example of how young adults get affected by depression is showcased in Shuedo, Shango, and Allen in 2015. And because teenagers are so vulnerable, I decided to do a little bit of research. And here is what I found in my study. I'll present my method. The aim of the study was to determine the prevalence and associated factors of self esteem and exposure to social media. 75 undergraduate college students were invited to respond to the online survey. 13 participants participated fully. Some of the participants did not answer some of the items. 84.6% of the participants were females and 15.4 were males, with a mean age equal to 24.66. The questions included demographics, a rating scale, responding um, strongly agree and strongly disagree. The design of this study is an online survey, which was designed to assess risk factors in relation to depression, anxiety, and self esteem. The target population is undergraduate college students. The materials used for this study was an online survey. The participants complete the online survey containing rating scales presented in random order. The link to the questionnaire was sent via email to undergraduate students. Students were then asked to respond to a set of questions based on rating scale ranging from 1, strongly agree, to 5, strongly disagree. And the statistical analysis was done in Jamovi. It was broken into two sections: one, self-esteem; two, social media procedures. Participants were assessed to see if their excessive social media exposure affects their self-esteem. And based on their responses, if the participants seem anxious, don't get enough sleep, or get stressed, this suggests that there is a causal relationship between excessive exposure to social media and depression. The higher the self-esteem, the lower the feeling of depression. The results: 13 out of 75 undergraduate students were included in the study. Females accounted for 84.6% and males 15.4%. The mean age equals 24.66 and the standard deviation equals 3.97. Half of the participants presented lack of sleep and higher levels of anxiety. And you will see the characteristics associated with the correlation of self-esteem versus excessive social media in a table later on this presentation. The following characteristics were associated with increased rates of anxiety and depressive symptoms. Feeling of loneliness, sleeping less than 8 hours a day, and less social contact with family and peers. However, the test reveals that there is no statistical significance between the two groups. Discussion. The research study shows there's no prevalence of risk factors. The sample is too small to find significance. Perhaps the result would have been different if there had been full participation. Some of the flaws lay on the survey as there were several items that participants did not answer. I would have to do more research to reevaluate the conditions with a different form of online survey. However, I would like to mention that literature review confirms prevalence of risk factors. For example, Epkins in 2011, his study had identified correlated risk factors to show how social anxiety and depression coexist. As indicated by Epkins in 2011, the aim of the study is to do literature review and integrate it, paying attention to the correlation of the risk factor. References. These are some of the references I cited during my research. And these are the scatter plot and the correlation matrix that show that the variables of self-esteem and social media exposure have no correlation. Pearson's R is less than 0.061 equals 11 and P equals 0.844. Although both variables have similar standard deviations, 3.57 and 3.20 respectively, there's no statistical significance between the two variables. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you for watching my video.